can you stop this pawn? Because black is about to push and then push again to promote into a queen, at which point you would be either losing or drawing. However, with your knight and queen, you are actually winning here if you can find the correct move. And first off, what happens if you simply go ahead and take this free pawn? If you capture, then black is going to push up, attack your king, you slide over, and now they promote. And yes, you do run away and end up with a draw, which is fine, but remember, you are winning here, so this is not the best option. Instead, our queen is actually positioned quite nice. What's not positioned well is our knight. It's not really doing much, so what if we play knight to d3? This looks really good because it covers b2, so if black pushes, you can sacrifice the knight, captures, queen captures, and that's actually just straight up checkmate. The problem is this pesky little bishop in the corner actually covers that square, black captures, and you are now losing. However, the winning move here is even more insane looking. It's knight to c2 check, which attacks the king, and here they can take the pawn, they can take for the bishop, or if they're smart, they will actually move their king. But first off, if they take the bishop, what happens? Well, here, queen over to b8. The point is we're moving over to the a file to checkmate that king. If they push up, that's simply checkmate. And if instead they try to push their pawn and promote, well, you take the bishop and they do promote, but your queen covers that, and this is once again checkmate. So capturing the bishop actually doesn't work. What if they capture of the pawn? Pretty much the same idea. Queen b8, and nothing can really stop this a file. The king is completely trapped. They push, queen a7, checkmate, and that is completely stopped. However, what is better for them is king to a2, at which point we have some of the most insane moves I've ever seen. We start with knight to b4, and they run either to a1 or up to a3. If they run down to a1, we have just the insane sacrifice, queen to a2. Point being, they have to capture with the pawn, and now that the king is completely trapped, all we have to do here is get our knight to b3 to checkmate them, and that's what we do. Knight c6, h3, knight d4, push up, knight b3, king's trapped, checkmate, which is just completely ridiculous. But king to a3 is even more ridiculous, because if they move here, then we have knight to d3. It just insane move anyways, completely sacrifice the knight like earlier, but now queen to d6 check. King has to move here. Do we capture the bishop? No, actually, because if we take, well, then they push, we move over, and now they promote. Instead, we have just a ridiculous queen to d5 here, pinning the pawn to their king, because after they push up, nothing they can do can stop queen to a5 checkmate.